Have you been following our Orlando market updates over the past several weeks? If you have, you're probably noticing that the market continues to evolve, and this week's numbers tell one of the most encouraging stories we've seen all summer. Let's take a look at the latest activity over the past 7 days. This week, 183 new homes came on the market, but here's the headline: 218 homes went under contract. That means buyers purchased 35 more homes than were listed, making this one of the strongest weeks for buyer activity we've seen in over a month. That's a clear sign that well-priced homes are continuing to attract serious buyers. Another encouraging statistic is the number of homes that successfully closed. This week, 167 homes closed, up from 136 last week. While we're still below the 200-plus closings we saw earlier this month, this rebound tells us transactions are continuing to move through the pipeline and buyers remain committed to making purchases. Now, let's talk about pricing. We saw 262 price reductions again this week, matching last week's total. What does that tell us? It tells us that buyers are still focused on value. Even though demand has picked up, today's buyers aren't willing to overpay. They're comparing homes, negotiating when appropriate, and rewarding sellers who price their homes competitively from day one. But there's another number that deserves attention. Price increases jumped from 18 last week to 38 this week. That more than doubling of price increases suggests that some sellers, especially those with highly desirable homes that are generating strong interest, are gaining confidence in today's market. Another trend we've been watching is homes coming back on the market. This week, 47 homes returned to active status, exactly the same as last week. While that number remains elevated, it's encouraging that it didn't continue climbing. Many of these homes returned because of financing, inspections, insurance issues, appraisal gaps, or buyers changing their minds. It's another reminder that getting a home under contract is only part of the process. Getting it to the closing table requires experience, communication, and proactive problem solving. So what does all of this mean? If you're thinking about selling, this is encouraging news. Buyer activity has strengthened, and well-priced homes continue to generate interest. The opportunity is definitely there, but pricing and presentation remain critical to standing out in today's market. If you're thinking about buying, you still have opportunities. Inventory remains healthy, sellers are continuing to negotiate, and buyers still have leverage in many situations. However, with pending sales increasing significantly this week, don't be surprised if the best homes begin moving a little faster. Looking at the bigger picture, over the past 5 weeks, we've watched the Orlando market gradually transition toward balance. Buyer demand has strengthened, with pending sales reaching their highest level in weeks. Closed sales have rebounded after last week's dip. Price reductions remain elevated, showing buyers are still driving value. Price increases have more than doubled, a sign that confidence is beginning to return for some sellers. And homes returning to the market have stabilized, which is another positive sign. Here's the bottom line. The Orlando housing market isn't accelerating out of control, and it isn't slowing down either. It's becoming healthier. We're seeing stronger buyer activity, steady inventory, and sellers adapting to today's market conditions. That's exactly what a balanced market looks like. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or simply keeping an eye on the market, understanding these trends can help you make more informed decisions. If you'd like to know what these numbers mean for your neighborhood or your home's current value, I'd be happy to provide a personalized market analysis. I'm Efrain Reyes with Coldwell Banker Realty, and I'll see you next week with another Greater Orlando Market Update.